Okay, Brother Muhammad, we back. All right. Where we left off at was the section of the Miles Heights area and how it pretty much kind of started from the Miles, Broadway, to maybe Warrensville, Cinderella.
That was more like
Scottsdale?
Scottsdale.
Oh, Scottsdale, that's Shaker.
Shaker.
So
yeah,
okay.
Right at Scottsdale, that's Friedman on one side and the Shaker Heights on the other side.
On the other side.
That was the borderline.
So Miles Heights went all the way to Scottsdale.
Right.
Okay.
So that see, all that's what they was calling all that stuff and whatnot.
Okay.
But actually, all that Shaker Heights stuff and whatnot, you understand, that was all black people too and whatnot, you know? And because they call it Shaker Heights, that comes from the word Shaker. If you look it up and whatnot and ask who was the Shaker, the Shaker people was us. It was the Shaker Indians. That's like, I call myself, like up there on the road, you understand? They call that the Ponderosa. That's the name we gave it.
Okay.
You know? And then out there where I lived in the village, we were the villagers.
Okay.
Well, when you get to Shaker Heights, they was the Shakers. You understand? You know?
All right.
Like over there where you come from, that area where you come from, the brothers back then, and where they called themselves the Lords of Eve. You ever heard that?
I have not.
Yeah, that. I want to right there where you was at. All Canada, them brothers was the Lords of Eve. Over there on St. Clair, they was the Delamore. See, they had names like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, the reason where the name comes from Miles Heights was and whatnot, because if you in Miles Heights and whatnot, you know, then that means that you're on the top of a mountain, right? Because only you Miles Heights, you mountain, you the peak and whatnot.
Yeah.
I said because you got Maple Heights, you got Shaker Heights, all this is going down.
Heights.
Shaker Heights.
That's where the heights come in at.
Then you can stand up on certain areas, you can stand and whatnot, and you can see it going straight down. When you get on Buckeye and whatnot, it's straight down, you're going down the hole.
That's right.
And whatnot, and that's how you get downtown.
That's
you
right.
You can actually stand in Miles Heights on a certain peak and whatnot, and see the Terminal Tower, see down there, see how deep it is. That's how it's going down. So what they wanted, reason they really wanted to take Miles Heights was because, like I say, it's a river running through there and whatnot. It used to be a lake right there, Lee Road in Seville.
Okay.
Down that dip and whatnot. That was a lake.
Okay.
The white folks came in there and took that water and whatnot and ran them pipes down there and started zapping the water. You know what I'm saying? And gonna charge the people in Miles Heights water, and they gonna charge the people in Miles Heights for the water.
For the water. Y'all had that water when y'all first got there.
It was so much water. It's running. It's still running right now.
Right.
Because you can drink the water.
Yeah, and that's that river right there by where the Word Church is at. It's still a little river that's running.
Right.
Yeah, because that road had broke down.
It started running way back out there in Warrensville. You could see it running.
Okay.
And whatnot, you know. I had a house on Green Road and whatnot, right next to it. I had a river coming down right alongside my house.
Okay.
But anyway, they wanted the water rights and whatnot. And the reason what they really wanted, they wanted a cracking road, 480.
Okay.
And whatnot, because you can take 480 and go east and you wind up in New York.
Right.
Take it and go west, you wind up in California. That's your Route 66 right there.
Okay.
You know? So they wanted the water rights. They didn't want to pay us for our water.
Right.
And whatnot. They're taking it now.
I had a brother on that I just interviewed, born and raised in Cleveland. And I was just having that conversation with you. That's why I said, man, we got to get this on tape. Born and raised in Cleveland, 62 years old. I got him on video, McKay. And born on, I forget the name of the street, but around 62nd and Kinsman, in between Kinsman and that street Woodland right there. If you go straight down Kinsman, you make it right there on 62nd.
Right.
There was houses up in there.
Yeah.
So he lived down in there, and we was just talking about, like you said, Shaker Heights, Miles Heights.
Yeah, Miles Heights.
He was down the way.
Yeah,
so we was talking about the difference from up the way
down
the way.
In the valley.
Right. So we kind of confirmed the whole definition of down the way, whereas we talked about it, that's pretty much kind of flat. And once you hit, like you said, 79th in Kinsman,
Right.
you start coming uphill.
Right.
And the further you come uphill, the further you really coming uphill. Miles Heights,
come up a mountain.
Shaker Heights.
Right.
Yeah, and like you said, if you're on 93rd and Buckeye, you can literally see, or anywhere on 93rd, you can pretty much see the Terminal Tower. You can see how it's going down, and you can see downtown Cleveland from a couple of peaks off of 93rd. That's actually turned into what they call Woodland.
Woodland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, brother, I appreciate this conversation, man, and we getting into it, man, because this is really getting in depth, man, with some history of Cleveland. What was your childhood like, man? I know you was talking about how, you know, your grandparents moved up here and they got the Miles Heights area. They was building houses. You was probably helping build houses during that time as you was born in 1946.
Oh, yeah, man.
So 1956, you was around 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, I was doing it then.
Yeah. What school was you going to at that time?
I was going to Beehive School.
Beehive.
Only Road.
Only Road.
In Miles.
Okay.
It's a home for, they turned it into a place for senior citizens.
Okay.
And whatnot.
Okay. So
So
Beehive. What junior high school you went to?
I went to Elliott.
Elliott. My man, we got an Elliott alumni. Yeah. So I'm taking it after Elliott. Let me back up just a little bit. I'm going too fast. So when you went to Elliott, I'm quite sure it was probably a mix of kids.
It was. Italian, mixed Italians, Irish, and black people.
Okay. So Harvard area was dominated by Italians?
Miles Heights.
Okay.
Back up there, the top of the area, all back up in there.
Uh-huh.
It was houses spotted all out. That was black and Italian and Irishmen.
And Irish.
And whatnot.
Okay.
We all got along.
Right.
And whatnot, you know, because the Irish respected us and loved us because they're from Ireland. And that little dwarf you see and whatnot, that was the pygmy who raised them and whatnot, you know.
Okay.
And it was a glorious thing because the white.
Let me slow you right down there, Mr. Muhammad, because people that are viewing this channel or this information right now, you said the word pygmy.
Pygmy, yeah.
They don't understand what a picnic is.
Yeah.
Because they looking at that little dwarf, and the Irish people have him real ugly. Sometimes you see him in the movie, he's real ugly, short, but they predicted him as being a white person.
Yeah. But he was a little pygmy and whatnot.
Okay.
And you always see him with a pot of gold.
Right.
And whatnot. So that means that the pygmies, you know what I'm saying, they was the wealthy, rich people.
Wealthy,
They was
rich
the ones
people.
who
But what color
had
was
to
it?
go, huh?
What color was it?
Black.
Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little black.
Let the village know. And, and I tell people all the time,
Look.
these interviews, and some of these interviews are just our opinions and some are our knowledge. But if you're not trusting in what we saying, do you look it up, like you said, man. Do your own research.
Ask Google.
Yeah. But sometimes you can't trust Google either.
Yeah. Google.
No default to Google.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got the library, and as we was growing up, especially this guy right here, you had to read books.
Right.
But now these kids got the world in the palm of their hands. But all this information, everything that you see, don't believe. Everything that you hear, don't believe. Do your own research. Yeah. But yeah, man, to the area of Elliott growing up. Now Elliott set right there on the corner, and that's the school that's set right on the corner of 140th and Harvard.
140, around 150.
50th and 56 and Miles.
Not Miles.
Okay, so that's now the new Kennedy.
Yeah, now the Kennedy.
Okay, so that's what Elliott.
Old school.
Oh, so Jameson, I'm sorry to cut you off. So Jameson set on 140th
right.
in Harvard. So Elliott, okay,
yeah.
was where the new Kennedy is at, 156 and Miles.
Kennedy, but the old school Elliott is still back there.
Right.
But they turned that into a little like child daycare center.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
But so I went to Beehive and whatnot, and I never cared anything about that type of an education because the way my grandfather raised me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my grandfather raised me like he said, it's about eating and sleeping on this planet Earth. And then you got a roof over your head, you got something to eat and whatnot, you're good to go.
Okay.
And my grandfather, he didn't even believe in going to supermarkets and whatnot. We had super gardens.
Super gardens.
Very big super gardens.
Okay.
And whatnot, you understand? And very big meat houses and whatnot, where they kill the cow, they kill the beef, they kill the pig and whatnot. My grandfather had them meat houses that they built.
Okay, slaughterhouses, meat houses.
Where they stored the meat at for the winter.
Okay.
And whatnot. You know, you can come out my grandfather's place and whatnot.
Mhm.
They said, I need some salt pork or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he would cut you off a nice piece of salt pork and probably charge you about 25 cents.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't nobody trying to rip nobody off.
Right.
Out there, everybody stuck together. If you didn't have it, I had it. And whatnot, you know.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Muhammad. So your grandfather and father and them, they was raised on that old tradition, being raised and coming from out of the South. That phrase, can to can't. You know what I'm talking about? Explain to the viewers what can to can't is.
No.
Okay, so can to can't, from my understanding, if you was from the South, you worked from when you can work until you can't work no more, which meant that as soon as the sun came up, you was out there in the field,
right,
or doing whatever it is you needed to do,
right,
up until the sun went down to when you couldn't see no more.
You come on in.
Yeah.
And whatnot, you know.
So back to that, what you was just saying about your grandfather, you get out there and you work and you ate.
But my grandfather had what they call Tyson's Dump.
Tyson's Dump?
Yeah, that was off of Sunview.
Okay.
And whatnot, and pretty much stretched all the way back to where that illuminating company was. And whatnot, that was our land too. They didn't know nothing about no electricity. We showed them how to do all that stuff. Illuminating company.
Mm-hmm.
They should right now have very big pictures of my uncles and them and the builders and stuff.
You say they do or they should?
They should.
They should have
They
pictures.
were the ones who built it.
Yeah.
My father was the one who was the one who made all the pipes and whatnot.
Okay.
Did all the plumbing and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
See, we know how to do all that.
Right. We just didn't know how to patent things.
We didn't know. We didn't need the white folk for nothing. They needed us.
Right.
And whatnot.
So let me ask you a question. While you talking about them needing us, we didn't need them. We showed them a lot of things and didn't get credit for it,
Right.
to the point where we wasn't educated enough to patent things or go to somebody or have somebody in our community
Right.
that was smart enough to say, hey, Mr. Muhammad, you got a hell of an idea, but let's get this on paper so we can document you learning how to do this or showing somebody how to do what God gave you from your head or your creator or whoever it is that you worship.
It all come.
Yeah.
It all came from in the Bible. It said, know of a surety that you'll be a stranger in a land that is not your own.
Okay.
And whatnot. You understand? He said, but no, he said you should serve that land for 400 years and whatnot. So if you do your math and whatnot, they brought us over here in the 1600s and whatnot. So if you had 400 years, that brings you to around the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And the scriptures say that you would come out of there with great substance. But by the time it gets to be 2000 and whatnot, there was a basketball player who wasn't really allowed on the court.
Wasn't really allowed, you say?
But yeah, they didn't really want him on the court, you understand?
Oh, okay.
But through the white folks.
The 20th century.
Yeah, the white folks found out that he could shoot from all day long, standing at the half court line and shoot the ball and it go in.
What basketball player we talking about, if you remember?
But the one I liked was
one of the first basketball player. Was that they got a trophy after him. I'm not a sports fan. The tall brother that's always passing out the MVP trophy. Russell.
Who was Russell? No. Russell. Not Russell.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all help us out here in the comments.
Yeah, but my favorite basketball player.
Yeah.
And whatnot, at that time and whatnot, they talk about Michael Jordan and all them.
Right.
They're good basketball players.
Right.
My basketball player was Dr. J.
Dr. J.
You understand? Because he was angelic on the course.
Yeah, for sure.
He would fly.
For sure.
He'd be all up in the air.
Yeah.
Twisting and turning.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball all back like that.
Right.
You know, they don't talk about him that much. They should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But to his credit, I just saw an interview with him with Shaq, and I think it was DC Young Fly.
Right.
He just was able to take his talents to what they call he crossed over
Right.
with his talent.
Yeah.
Because he was getting his talent, he gave his credit and his agility to another great basketball player that he admired
Right.
growing up
Yeah.
in New York or New Jersey or wherever he's from. He was like, man, I can't take all the credit for this. It's only the only reason why I'm taking credit, and you know, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, but he basically was saying that he can't take all the credit because he learned his skills and his agilities, his twists and turns from another athlete that just didn't make it to the pros, that was unable to televise his talent.
Yeah,
So yeah, it goes back, man. We don't give credit.
Well, we all, cause I would play a little basketball too.
Yeah,
And where we all got our little twist from
yeah.
was the Harlem Globetrotters.
Homegrown challenge. Yeah.
Watch them bad boys.
Yeah, they're talented.
You watch them. They was the ones was put everybody want to be like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and then plus what you already had in you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make you great.
All right.
That's what you want to stick with.
Hey, Mr. Muhammad, do me a favor. Go on your phone, man, and I'm gonna help people reach out to you, because this brother is an artist. This is how we continued our conversation. This brother's an artist, and he did some heck of an artwork. But just getting into his story, I just want to make sure this camera's still rolling, as we getting some footage here. Yeah, this brother's an artist. Let's get into the story, man. You said around 1980s to the 80s. But let me back up just a little bit more. So you went to Elliott Junior High School.
Right.
So you had to go to John F. Kennedy High School.
No,
You didn't go to Kennedy?
no, I didn't go to Kennedy. Whatnot. This what happened with me.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm in Elliott.
Right.
And what the only thing I'm interested in there is the mechanical drawing.
Mechanical drawing.
And the artwork.
Okay.
And whatnot, you know, so they would pretty much let me bypass all the other stuff just to get me out of the classroom, because if I'm in the classroom,
Right.
it's my classroom. And whatnot. The people who paying no attention to the teacher, they paying attention to me.
Okay.
So they would get me out of there anyway. So I had got into a
You want water or something?
They gotta go watch.
Okay.
I had got into a scuffle with a brother who was talking about my mother in the classroom, and I had worked with her pretty good. So they told me to go to the office, and there was this great big tall, right here was 6 feet tall principal named Mr. LaFavor.
Mr. LaFavor?
Mr. LaFavor.
Okay.
He was the principal and whatnot, you know. And so he told me that, he said, my name before it became Muhammad, by the way, it was Wayne Tyus. That's what my name was, Wayne Gerald Tyus.
Okay.
So he said, Wayne, he said, give you a choice. You can take 10 squats or I'm gonna suspend you. You understand? So I didn't want to get suspended.
Right.
You know, so I
Take the squats.
Take the squats.
Yeah.
So he took me down there in the auditorium, back in the back of the auditorium, where you dress, you know, get ready to put on plays and stuff.
Yeah. Locker room or something like that.
Me and him back there, ready to go to all that white man.
Principal.
The principal, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and him back there. And he got a ready to go long piece of wood with holes in it and whatnot. And
Yeah.
he's swinging, you could hear the wind going,
Wow.
through the holes and whatnot.
Yeah.
He said, Wayne, this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you and whatnot. And he told me to get up, and he said, I want you to get up like this. It's the chair right there.
Yeah, because we sitting at a desk right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, now bend over like this and grab the leg.
Wow.
I bent over like that, my shit tightened all up like that.
Right, okay.
I said, no, he's swinging this motherfucker back.
Right, and you were smart enough to catch that too.
He's swinging this thing in the air and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, my tent in or whatnot. I said, no, man. I stood up. That's like, I said, no, man. I said, look, I'm gonna take the suspension.
Right.
And whatnot. He said, no, you're gonna take these licks and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Then he grabbed me and tried to proceed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He tried to proceed. to throw me over the chair.
Right.
So I sat down and grabbed the chair like this.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And came back over at the chair and whatnot. I said, you ain't gonna never hit me with no stick. And
Right.
bam, caught him, busted him up here.
Right.
When I busted him up here and whatnot, I dropped him.
Okay.
And whatnot. So while he was down and whatnot, I took that chair, bam, I kept hitting him with it.
Okay.
Bam, I know he was down, blood was gushing all out of his head and whatnot,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's And then I cut out, and I cut out and went out the back door, and ran all the way across that field.
Right.
And I was running, and went across that field, and then I went down the part, you know what this is called an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through there because that's the path, and that leads you to cross the little
Come a
river.
little close. Come a little
Cross
closer.
the little river.
Yeah.
Then you're in Mount Sight. So when I got home, and when I'm breathing real hard, and my grandfather said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "White man up there was gonna try to hit me with a stick." My grandfather said, "What?"
Yeah.
He went back in his room. I could hear him back there.
Right.
He went to my grandmother used to make shotgun broke down.
Okay.
He went back there. He put in that shotgun. And he said, "I'm tired of him."
Right.
Fuck with my boy.
Right.
And when he gonna go up to school and kill him.
Right.
Shoot the white man.
If he ain't already dead.
My
'Cause you don't-
yeah. So my grandmother, my grandmother, she stopped him
Yeah.
and wouldn't let him go. So now I'm out of school.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm 12 years old
Right.
and I'm out of school and whatnot, you know. So then finally I got into it with my father and whatnot, so I had to leave Miles Heights and move down on Kenmore.
Kenmore.
Kenmore. That's off of Crawford Road. I moved down there with my mother
Okay.
because I had never really lived with my mother.
Okay, you was living with your grandfather.
I lived with grandma and grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
My
Up in
mother,
Miles Heights.
my mother
Village.
left me when I was a year and 6 old, and my other two sisters
Okay.
left them with my grandmother. So my grandmother raised me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm down there with my mother, and I'm going to Addison on her.
Okay.
I was in there.
So now you on that. Now you living on her.
Yeah, I'm on her
Gotcha.
and whatnot, and liking it. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Prominent black community down there.
Yeah, 5 women.
Yeah.
And whatnot, you understand?
Okay.
Cool brother.
Okay.
And whatnot, you understand? Because the only thing we went to school for.
Now what year is this now? We got to be like in the early 50s, right? Because you was born in 46.
Yeah, this round 50, 56, 57.
Yeah.
58.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, 58
Yeah.
years. So
Late
anyway,
50s.
right, all the time I would go to Addison was I was going there because I like to play the drums
Okay.
and whatnot, you know. We were getting ready to do this spring festival, and we was gonna do the rendition of Porgy and Bess.
Okay.
And I'm the drummer, so I liked that.
So let me ask you a quick question. While you going on with your story, as a drummer, during that particular time, going to Addison Middle School, right?
Yeah.
Let you get your sip. So Addison Middle School in the Huff area, back in the late 50s. So you say it's got to be around 56, 57, 58. You moved
Right.
with your
Yeah.
mother and them. How was that school populated? What was that community commenced with as far as ethnic group, as far as who lived in that area?
Blacks and Italians.
Blacks and Italians in that area as
Now
well?
how the blacks arrived there and whatnot. See, the blacks, it was a great big project that the white folks, is that they took Miles Heights.
Okay.
They built a great big project out there, 2 of them.
In Huff area?
No, in the village.
In the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
They built a great big project. They had the cardboard projects on one side and the tin projects on the other side. The tin project was like a little upgrade.
Now,
But that
explain to the people what cardboard projects and what tent projects is.
yeah, cardboard projects was like made out of compressed cardboard
Wow.
and whatnot, you know. So
Okay.
they had a bunch of them because you live and they were all connected. So if you live in this section right here,
Mm-hmm.
you could take your fist like this, and knock a hole, and your fist is in the other apartment.
Now, did they have running water?
Yeah, they had,
Inside bathrooms?
they had water, they had everything in there.
Okay.
You understand? But anyway, the people that they put in there, when they built them, it was during wartime.
Okay.
Back in 1946. It was supposed to be to house the soldiers
Okay.
and whatnot. You understand? But when the war ended and whatnot, they had all the projects and whatnot. And so they had started bringing people from down south, you know what I'm saying? Rows of them, lots of them, came from down south and whatnot, and they moved them in the projects because they could stay in the project for free as long as the husband went to work. And places where he would go to work at would be Alcoa, American Steel and Wire,
Okay.
steel mills, and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? In the railroad, all those people worked there, but they did it for free. And then when they came up with enough money and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? That's when they opened up the Mount Pleasant area because white folks were moving out and they started selling the people that worked in the project, they started selling them houses over there in the Mount Pleasant area.
Now, is it safe to call that the white flight? Because once, like they kind of documenting where if all white people live, let's just say, because Mount Pleasant area is Kinsman.
Right.
So let's just say 134th, the street I grew up on.
Yeah.
Once a white person sold their house to a black person, the white people in that surrounding little house area didn't want to live next to a black person.
No, this, you know, really they didn't want to leave because this is the main reason why they on the run. They on the run like that now. The main reason is they believe, you understand, because when the black man moved in the neighborhood, it was not that was the white woman. And that was her daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's these brothers walking around here 6 feet tall, and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? We looking all good and whatnot. So we wearing dollars and gators and suits like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we the handyman and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But the brothers are still doing that now.
Yeah.
Like I've been in her, them young brothers watching her, their pants is hanging down. And they got their head already in their hands on their neck.
Right,
Grabbing it anyway.
Right.
And they got a little lawnmower, you know what I'm saying, behind them and whatnot.
Right.
And they walk up in one of the white folks' yard where that white girl is.
Yeah.
They walk up in that yard and ask, can I cut the grass? He said, oh, yeah. He said, how much you got? He said, $10. He said, oh, that ain't much. He let cut that grass and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But now, he's working his way on in there. You know what I'm saying? I said, his hair's hanging out. He look
Right.
good, you know what I'm saying? And he already telling me, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I sure would like to get some of that pussy.
Right.
You know? And she gonna give it to him, because once you say that to any woman,
Yeah.
whatnot, that's in her head. You might not get it that day, but
Right.
by the time she see you,
Right.
she know what you want.
That's right.
So all you gotta do is keep
Come back
beaming.
into the camera.
Oh, yeah, do is keep beaming on it,
Yeah.
and you gonna get it. And whatnot,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And
listen.
And this is what they were afraid of. They were afraid
Yeah.
of once we got over to the white woman or her daughter,
Right.
and whatnot, she's gonna get pregnant.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But that's what's happening now.
That's right.
When they get pregnant and whatnot, you know,
That's
like,
right.
It's like it's the baby.
Check this camera. Keep talking, man. 'Cause this footage got to be captured.
It might be a baby boy.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
So it's like this what happened out there in Lyndhurst. The little brother went out there and was cutting that grass and whatnot. And then finally wound up getting that white girl and having sex with her, and she got pregnant and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So then, the white woman. Next day he come back, he said, I got an uncle, you know what I'm saying, that can trim the hedges.
Right.
He bring his uncle out there, and his uncle worked his way on in the basement. So I'm like, he fix leaks and stuff. So I got a little leak down there, so I can fix that. Now
Right.
he going there, now he gonna get the woman. I mean, they ain't
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
He gonna get the woman and whatnot. So the father, he been gone out somewhere hunting out there with one of his boys
Yes,
on
sir.
a boat somewhere. And he come back, and the mother would say, he see his daughter walking around there, she's moping, dragging, and whatnot. He said, what's wrong with her? She said,
Right.
I don't know. He said, take her to the doctor. So she take her to the doctor, and she come back, and she tell her husband, she said, I got some bad news for you. She said, you can either accept it, or you can go back to the room, get your 38, and blow your brains out whatnot. But this girl is 4 months pregnant, and she's 4 months pregnant by that little Willie that's been cutting the grass around here and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta tell you, know what I'm saying, he been driving up, no, while you gone, he drives up and down the street in your Porsche whatnot, your prized possession whatnot. He said, I thought I saw my Porsche going down the street one day. She said, yeah, that was little Willie. So now she's pregnant and she's pregnant with a little baby boy.
That's right.
That's killing me, man, because that baby boy is the heir to the throne.
Y'all remember that movie Life?
Yeah.
If you seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'll be the pappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know they. Hey, listen, man.
That's what the only thing he can do is run, take his woman, and take his kid,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and run. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they be helping him pack and do all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but he be standing back. He said, y'all ain't going? I said, no, we ain't going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Little Willie and his uncle.
So backing up to the story, where you, like you said, it wasn't so much white flight that white people were afraid to live next to black people. They was just more afraid that their wives and their daughters and any other white woman, and this most definitely got to be part of the story, whether y'all believe it or not. The white people, they'll never admit the truth. But yeah, to this day, you know, for all you brothers out there that's doing y'all thing, what they call, when my man Dr. Umar say, you bunny hopping, you do your thing.
Yeah, the Temptations told us.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The Temptations told us, run, Charlie, run. Look, the niggas is coming.
Right.
Because they know what goes around, come around. This is payback.
Right.
This is what y'all did to us.
Right.
Y'all was taking our daughters.
Yeah.
And taking our brothers, our men and whatnot.
Yeah.
And having sex with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? We in your hood.
Say that again, Mr. Muhammad, because a lot of people get it misconstrued that the white man wasn't just only raping the women.
They was raping the men.
They was raping the men as well.
Right. And so he knew what he had coming and whatnot, you understand? Because
right.
He was the one who was creeping down in the village.
Right.
You understand? He come down there because he wanted some black woman and whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
And at that time, this is how he was getting a black woman. At that time, sex, pussy, was going for $2.
Yeah. Prostitution.
It's called 5 and 2. She gets the $2 and the man get the $5 for the room.
Yes, sir.
And whatnot, you know? So he was coming down there and would come in there, you understand? He coerce, come out, he might bring some anything that you might think you might want. A bucket of fish, anything.
Right.
You know, just get in there and get cool with you.
Yeah.
And so my grandfather now, they knew him and whatnot. They would give him a pass so he could go out and get that little money. You know, you understand? So
let's get back into your story, man. You said you moved on Huff.
Yeah, moved on.
Alice, what's the name of that junior high school?
Allison Junior High School.
Allison Junior High School. You said it was a mixture of Italians and blacks.
Black.
Was any Jews? Because I know they said Huff, that whole major street of Huff, before the Huff riots,
Right.
were all pretty much Jewish-owned stores.
Jewish-owned
So
stores.
the Jewish people there, they owned and worked in the stores.
They owned the store, but they moved out of there.
They didn't live in the stores.
No, he had sense.
Yeah.
He left long before we got up in there.
They made sure that their daughters and their wives.
Run, try to run if the niggas is coming.
Yeah.
But he knew to get on out of there.
But we're gonna run this business.
He don't want you messing with that.
Right.
That Jewish woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they